What's up, everyone? I just wanted to come on here pretty quick and give my interpretation of Season 7 of Dexter. First, the really quick spoiler free review. I thought it was a good season. It was better than Season 6. Possibly the best season. You know, it's hard to compare because there's been some really good ones, especially Season 4, but it's neck and neck with Season 4 in my opinion. It was a good season. And with the revelation that Season 8 will be the final season, I think that the events of Season 7 of Dexter has led up to a very interesting Season 8. It's a very poetic season, and it builds up to a big climax, much like Season 7 did. Okay? I think that's about as much as I can say without giving away any spoilers, so from this point on in the video, all gloves are off, all bets are off. So like I was saying with the poetry, the season starts off with Deborah discovering Dexter's secret as a killer, killing Travis Marshall. And the season ends with Deborah killing LaGuerta. And I just find a little bit of poetry in the writing there, and I really like that kind of stuff. I know not everyone else does, but I think it's cool. You have the what almost appeared to be like inspired from the Twilight marketing. You have people who want Dexter to get with one girl or the other. You have Team Hannah and Debster, which is pretty dumb, but I can see why the makers of the show went in the direction that they did, because I probably would have done something similar if I was in their position too. Turning the show about a serial killer into some kind of love triangle, when it's really not, and just kind of playing the people who are into that kind of thing and making them think that the show is something that it's not. I find that kind of funny, personally. Also, there was a lot of parallels with Season 2, with just Dexter being really close to capture, and just the whole Bay Harbor Butcher thing being brought back up, and the threats coming from several different directions, and Dexter taking out those threats one by one. In Season 2, it was Lundy, and in Season 7 it was LaGuerta. So, in Season 2 it was also Dokes, which Dexter had planned to kill but didn't have to, because someone who was in love with him took care of that for him. And Season 7 here ended in a very similar fashion. LaGuerta's death was built up very well, in my opinion. Her emotional roller coaster, and just the seeds being planted for, back in Season 2 when Dokes was taken out and framed as the Bay Harbor Butcher, and all leading up to this, and just her going off the rails emotionally, and how she would always used to overcompensate by finding the symmetry in numbers, or finding peace with the numbers and just focusing on the numbers, because she had a emotional demon inside of her, something that hindered her true potential as lieutenant, because her emotions could get the better of her, which is probably why she had such contempt for Deborah, who was a very emotional person. We often tend to hate people who remind us of ourselves and the things that we hate about ourselves. So the fact that her emotions was her undoing, her inability to let go of this solved case, and just going after it nonstop. Yeah, I think that was pretty good writing. So good about the season. Dexter seems to finally be human, and it looks like we may finally get that Dexter and Deborah team that we've always wanted in season 8, working together to take out bad guys. As far as the bad goes, I personally felt that Lewis, the character Lewis, he was not handled very well. I think that there was so much possibility there, and it just could have been done better. I never really bought his motivation for all the things he was doing just because Dexter disrespected his game idea. That seemed a little far fetched to me. And why exactly did he mail the mannequin hand to Dexter? I don't think we ever really got a clear cut, believable answer out of that. And also, Detective Quinn's storyline with the stripper, I thought that it was really interesting, and it it didn't really go to a satisfying conclusion for me. So my hope is that they're building up to something more in season 8 that's going to tie everything together and make the inclusion of Quinn for these last several seasons meaningful, if you know what I mean. So let's see, was there anything else? I like the Isaac Serco character. I think that Ray Stevenson deserves great praise for his portrayal of this character. I thought the Hannah McKay character was quite interesting. I personally don't have a thing for blondes, so I can't relate to that aspect of Dexter's character. But you know, I thought her, mythology and her motivation for killing was well done. So it's interesting to see if she's going to be back for season 8, because there's all kinds of directions the writers can take with that storyline. I think that about covers my opinion of the season. So let me know what you think. Looking forward to hearing your opinions. So cheers to the internet. Take care.